What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the HeartSlayers podcast. You're here with the two HeartSlayers. I'm Derrick Acosta.
And I'm Meg Turner.
As you can see, we have some Christmas decorations up behind us, so we're going to make this a Christmas episode. Hopefully we get a lot of holiday-related questions. Who knows? We'll find out right now. Let's get it started. Okay, everybody, we're here with Adrian. What's up, Adrian?
What's up, man? Okay, so I know time's short, so I'll keep this as quick as possible. So I have a friend that I go to his apartment, and he has a situation where it's his roommate was dating someone, and I would go over there and I'd talk with them every so often, and the two roommates, like the couple, they recently broke up. It's been like a long time coming. They've been fighting like crazy kind of thing. But whenever I was over there, the girl in this situation, towards the end of their relationship, was really flirty towards me, like a lot more so than ever before.
Oh.
And she was laying down some hints that, at least I thought that she was laying down some hints that she wanted to, I don't know, see where we might go. But I don't know if I should not pursue this at all because of the situation of, I'm going to my friend's apartment, and I mean, what do I say if his roommate is there? He's going to be there pretty often, and I'm dating his ex-girlfriend.
Oh,
it seems kind of strange. I don't know how to approach this situation. I haven't mentioned anything between any of the three people involved because it seems like a Pandora's box type of situation where one side try to
you're keeping.
Well, this is like really recent, so it's
sure.
I think that the next time that I'm going to actually see her, I'm giving her a Christmas present. We previously, before they broke up, we were going to all exchange Christmas presents. So I still have a present that I worked on, and it's already made. So I'm pot committed at the moment to giving her a Christmas present regardless.
Okay.
So I will have that as a moment to actually have a one-on-one with her.
All right. Well, all right. Hold on. I got a couple questions for you. First of all.
Yeah.
What are the hints? What, you say she was laying down some strong hints. Do you have any examples of what she was doing?
Well, me and her, we were smoking buddies at this point. So whenever she would pass a blunt to me, she started to caress my hand. And give me the eyes.
Wow.
So that was, it seemed pretty obvious in terms of a hint.
Maybe she was just, it was a strong dose and she was supporting herself on your hand and.
Well, I don't know. I think we were smoking the same stuff and it did not seem like that would have affected me or her in that way.
Right. Devil's advocate. Anything else? Any other hints other than the hand caress?
She would always say, when she was breaking up with her boyfriend, which was via text, which kind of sucked. She would say I could really use a nice guy, and would give me the eyes, kind of like that. And I don't know. It was just a lot of little things that she was saying, which I could totally just be imagining things, but I don't think I am.
Okay. Was there a moment, was there a watershed moment where you thought to yourself, oh, this girl definitely likes me?
No, I don't think so. That's why I haven't said anything. There hasn't been a big kind of thing. Just little trinkets here.
So then let me ask you the Christmas gift that you're going to be giving her. What do you have, what are you going to give her?
Well, I've been working on a drawing, basically.
Oh.
It's just going to be it's going to be a silk screen, which is a big pain in the ass to do. But
are you an illustrator by trade?
Yeah. Well, not by trade, but I did this guy over here.
Nice.
It's a thing that I have that's within reach.
So all right, then is she just broke up with her now ex-boyfriend? Will he be giving her a gift? Do you think at this gift exchange?
I don't think they're going. As far as I know, they're not even gonna. I think they're completely done, but I'm not sure. It could also be a situation where they're just taking a break, and I don't know. And I don't really want to be some sort of home wrecker. And
I
like,
see.
you know,
Yeah.
so I don't know. It just seems kind of
All
dicey.
right, final question. How good of friends are you? You say this is your friend's roommate. So,
Yes.
do you go way back with this guy, or have you just met him like recently?
I don't go way back with him, but I know him like vaguely, and it's kind of funny because I would say like I've known him for 3 years now, but about the same time with the girl, and I'm actually a lot better friends, and I get along a lot better with the girl than the guy. If I lose the guy in this situation in terms of a friend, that's not a problem. It's like a very like it's a light friendship. I'm mainly friends with the other roommate. Like I'm really good friends with like the roommate that's not dating anyone in this situation. I just like he just lives with these people.
What do
So
you
I'm
think?
over there.
What do you think your friend would think of the situation?
Um,
Is he going to be torn between his roommate and his friend? Are you going to potentially lose him in this situation if his roommate becomes really upset?
I don't think I would lose him. No, I don't think I would. I mulled over that too. I don't think I'm any danger of losing him. Certainly in danger of losing the roommate friend.
Yeah.
But it could honestly even go down to like a fist fight or something.
Oh
Like,
boy.
I feel
Wow.
because like the last time that so like I mentioned that like she was doing like the whole caress my hand when she was like passing a blunt and giving me the eyes and making little comments here and there. The last time that I was over there was when I found out they were done. She moved out, and he was very hostile towards me, and I have a feeling that he is assuming.
He knows.
I think he's been picking up on some of the vibes as well, and I think he sees me as a threat.
They may have even-
Especially if they're taking just a break.
Yeah.
Then
They
he
may have even
especially
thought
sees me.
about it, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see the way you pass the blunt to Adrian. I see the hand caress. And she was like, well, maybe I need a nice guy. Okay.
I mean, yeah. So I just don't know what move I should make at all here. Like I would totally be happy with dating this girl, but and I wouldn't be like shy about asking her. No problem in terms of like the confidence department. It's just number one, I don't want to be a home wrecker if they are taking just a break. Number two, I don't know when to like drop any of this sort of information on her. Like if I should just go, like it's only been about a month, so it's gonna be like it's 1 month since they broke up, and then I don't know if that's enough time to let wounds heal. I don't know. I don't want to just be like some random rebound.
They broke up 4 weeks ago, you say.
Yes.
How long were they dating? 3 years?
I'd say 4 years. About 4 years.
4 years. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's a long-term relationship.
It's been a long-term relationship, which is especially why I don't want to be stepping on some situation that's not completely resolved.
That roommate, he's going to be
He's
thinking
gonna be
about this
fucking
girl
pissed.
for at least 2 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think he ended it with her, which is a positive for me. So I think best case scenario would be that I go over there and like this guy's saying like, oh yeah, I met some new girl. I'm like, fuck yes, okay, that's fine with me.
Yeah, that's best
But
case scenario.
I think that's the best case scenario, but I don't know how likely that is.
All right. Well, Meg, what's your take on all of this?
Man, it sounds like a mess. to me.
Yeah.
It's a mess that
lot
hasn't
more
been.
trouble
It's a
than
Pandora
it
box
could be.
situation because I haven't said anything. Like I've been biding my time. I don't know what to do. It's totally possible I just do nothing and just let this pass and let their wounds heal and maybe they get back together. I'm not sure.
Sounds like a powder keg.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
right?
think, okay, I think if you really believe there's a possibility that they're just taking a break, then you should do yourself a favor and not get in the middle of that situation.
Yeah, because you don't want to potentially like develop some serious feelings and then yourself get hurt.
Yeah, and then you're in a love triangle, which
Yeah, I
is
don't-
not going to work
don't.
out very
Yeah.
well.
That would not be ideal. Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat. Even though I am gonna be seeing her in a one-on-one situation fairly soon, I think I should probably just keep this on the wraps until things are a little bit more clear.
Yeah,
I'm not
I think that's smart. Just kind
Yeah.
of see how things are going, and then maybe if you feel like, yeah, this is gonna be worth my time, go ahead. But as
Yeah.
of right now, I think it sounds like
Now,
I said, a lot more trouble.
what if they're in a one-on-one situation, Meg, and
And she's
she makes
passing
a
the
move?
blunt?
Yeah.
Man,
What should Adrian do? Should he push her away or?
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I would play it cool for a little while in your one-on-one situation with her. I would gauge the situation. I think you still need to do a little bit more reconnaissance.
Yeah.
You know, and survey the field a little bit. Honestly, if she starts giving you more hints and starts giving you the impression that she wants to do something with you, maybe I think you should talk to your friend about the situation.
I was thinking that too.
Because you and him are both outside of their relationship, and he might have some perspective on it that you don't have. I would tell him, like, your roommate's ex has been, like, hitting me up, and I don't know what I should do. You know, she seems to really like me. What do you think, man? And
especially if you're not even sure if they're potentially just on a break, because
he could give you that information, or maybe he did she live with your friend and your roommate? You say she just moved out. Oh, okay.
Yes, they live together.
So maybe your friend too has some insight about living with this girl. Like, you don't know the truth.
Yeah. I feel you.
My advice to you is on your one-on-one thing, play it cool.
Yep.
If she likes you, she'll definitely let you know. I would read the situation. If you start really getting convinced, it sounds to me, based on what you've said, that she might be interested.
Yeah.
I'm not sure though.
I'm not like. I think she's probably interested, but at the same time, it might just be like, oh, hey, like, cute guy. I'm recently single.
Yeah, like, is it going to be worth your trouble to essentially be a rebound?
Yeah.
You know, maybe she'll get with you, and then it'll be, one and done.
Right.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. She's out of there, and then you can't go over to your friend's house anymore without getting into a fist fight.
Exactly. That's
would not be ideal.
also a very real situation.
Yeah, so, I would, like I said, just kind of keep an eye on the situation and really weigh the pros and cons. How much is she can't be that into a new guy if she's just got out of a 4-year relationship.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yeah.
if anything, it's only been a month. I would say play it cool for at least a few more weeks.
Yeah.
Let her get settled into her new life of being single, because this is all new to her. I don't know if she even has, like, a new place.
Yeah.
Or she's, like,
I'm not
crashing with
actually
friends.
sure what she's doing in that situation.
Yeah, her life is definitely going to need to stabilize, and your friend's roommate's life, he's going to need to get adjusted to being single. And then I think if you rush into it, it's going to cause some drama. But if you let everybody kind of settle into the breakup and being separated, if it's really meant to be, if she really likes you, then it'll all be okay. But
I think like you're right that I probably should let things settle a lot more. But I feel like it might be also in my favor to just come up with some other reason to have, like, a second one-on-one at some point in the future. I'm not sure what it would be, but just some reason to meet up again, to like basically after, like, all the dust settles, if they are broken up for good, he's moved on, she's moved on, I want to have a reason, a way to basically meet up with her again. I think
Adrian's in a delicate situation, because if he gets too cold, maybe she'll not like him anymore.
Exactly. If I go over there and she's thinking to herself, well, let's see how this goes, and I don't lay any hints down at all, maybe she thinks, oh, maybe I was reading into this.
You know what? So I think in that situation, there's nothing wrong with a little playful flirtation, keeping the ball rolling, but don't ever let it fall onto the side of, pursuing a relationship. Don't let that happen too soon. Keep it light, keep it playful,
And what I was going to say is,
dangle the carrot in front of the horse, basically.
Since you guys have known each other for years at this point, I don't think a one-on-one thing is too out of the ordinary. Because even friends, I mean, it could just be a friend thing.
Yeah, but I don't think I would. I would definitely like it.
He doesn't want the friend.
Be more than a friend. I would have to
saying,
like be.
that could
you
be
know,
a
I know you. I know
reason.
you're saying. I know what you're saying. But if I was gonna see this girl more, it would definitely have to be more than friends. I think.
Right.
No,
But you know what? Okay, so bottom line in this situation, I definitely think it's a situation that sounds like it might be more trouble than it's worth. You know, she might be a great girl, but it's even better to meet a girl who didn't just break up with your friend's roommate. Just to avoid all the drama. So,
it's
and maybe
too much drama.
Hey, maybe you guys can talk about that. You're flirting, you know, she really likes you. She pounces on you and gives you a kiss, and then you tell her, like, you know what? I really like you. This is cool, but man, you just broke up with my friend's roommate. There's so much drama here, you know. Maybe sometimes when that happens, you know, and you tell the girl, like, I can't be with you, suddenly
she wants you even more.
Yeah, she puts the laser sights on you. It's like, I'm gonna get this guy. So it could work in your favor to keep her at arm's length until the dust settles.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate your advice, Meg and Derrick. So
yeah, thanks for calling us and sharing your story.
See how this goes. Yeah.
Let us know if there are any updates. Please call us back. Let us know how it worked out.
Yeah, if there's an update at some point in the next couple of months, for sure I will call back.
Awesome.
But until then, take care and good luck with your next call.
Thanks, man.
Later.
See ya. Okay, everybody, we are back here with Tyler, and Tyler actually called us a few weeks ago, and he has an update on his situation. How's it going, Tyler?
Not good.
Oh, no.
Situation.
So, remind the audience what your call was about last time.
A girl asked for my number because I had 2 quick conversations with her. She seemed to like me, and then we've been texting back and forth, and I've been trying to meet up with her, and she's always busy and stuff, and called in a few weeks ago, asked for you guys' advice. You told me to ask her to a mall or something that I would want to go to, and just a second thought kind of thing with this girl, and that was really good advice. And the stars kind of aligned where there's this one-day event, kind of like a poor man's Comic-Con, where it's like a small convention. It was Christmas themed because we're in December.
Okay.
And on her Facebook, she's like, "Oh, I was planning on going. I can't now." And then the next post was, "Screw it, I'm going just for a few hours of the convention." So I think it'd be kind of weird if I just said, "Hey, I saw your post. Want to go?" So I didn't do that. But what I did was I texted her saying, "I don't know if you're free today. I'm going to this con. If you want to go, cool. Let me know."
Okay, sounds good.
And I thought it was pretty good. And I texted that around 1 o'clock, I think, and the convention was done at 5.
Okay.
And this is where it gets really bad. She texted me 8 hours later.
Ooh.
And then we got talked about the convention. I only went for like an hour. It was fine. And then she texted me what she did, and she's like, "Oh, I was with friends and I only went for an hour at 4 o'clock to 5, but
okay."
And then actually like 5 days later, she texted me, "Oh, I'm so bad at texting, and I'm sorry that I'm bad at replying and stuff." But I don't know if that's an excuse.
Okay. So, is that the catastrophic issue that happened to you?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
No, that's about it.
Well,
I don't think it's as bad as it might seem.
I don't think it's as bad as you think either. I think it's completely reasonable for that situation to have played out. Let me list some things that I picked out of your story. Okay. You texted her at 1, and there were only 4 hours left in the convention.
Problem number 1.
Right.
So she probably already had plans to go. In fact, when she said "fuck it, I'm going" on her Facebook, she probably already had plans to go with her friends.
She probably talked to her friends like, "Hey, like, I am going to this thing. Please come with me."
Yeah, so you probably got in just after the window had closed. But I do think in your favor, the fact that she texted you back and talked to you about the convention, and you guys were able to connect on something you had in common, and then she texted you again 5 days later out of nowhere, correct?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, well that's a good sign. That means she was thinking about you 5 days later. You didn't even have to say hello. She said hello to you.
Yeah,
so
I mean, I know that it definitely sounds like an excuse, but I'm that same way. Like, I got a text the other day that I just remembered this morning when I was getting ready, and I never replied to it. And I'm like, oh shit, I should maybe reply to this. So it could always just be, yeah, she might be a bad texter. She might have just forgotten.
Yeah, and I think honestly the key is the 5 day later text.
Yeah.
She was probably thinking like, I don't want this guy to think that I think I hate him or something.
Yeah.
So she sent you something nice. I think that it was a good try, a valiant effort, Tyler.
Maybe just 1 day earlier.
Yeah, I think
a little bit of an advance.
I think if you would have texted her about that convention before she posts about it on Facebook, it would have been a solid deal.
Yeah, or even before 4 hours before it ended.
Yeah. Got to get her a little bit early in the morning. A little bit earlier.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I got to work on that.
Yeah, it's all good.
That's okay. I mean,
I
it's
know,
just a learning experience.
I know in these situations it's easy to get discouraged. It's hard to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
But, sometimes I've been in situations just like you where I texted a girl, kind of liked her, wasn't sure. It got slightly awkward, or I kind of took things the wrong way, and then she texted me a few days later just checking in, just like, hey, what's up, we should hang out again. And I was like, I already have convinced myself you don't like me. And then I kind of blew her off, and then I would just be thinking about it months later, and suddenly it would click. I'd be like, you know what, I probably blew my shot. She probably did like me, and she was just as awkward as I was. In fact, I was more awkward, and I ruined it. So,
just give it another shot.
I say give it another shot. I think you had the perfect idea. If something like that happens again, go for it again. I don't think that everything is ruined. Based on your story and based on what you've told us, I don't think that
if it
that
was
things
ruined,
have changed.
She wouldn't text you back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think the fact that she's contacting you out of the blue, she's keeping things going a little bit. She's not letting you fall completely to the wayside.
Right, because she's probably like, hey, why hasn't Tyler texted me? Like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are there any other events coming up in your area that are similar to that, or just anything else you might think you could invite this girl to?
There's probably like some Christmas stuff going on. Christmas date.
Yeah. Do you guys have any friends in common?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it hard.
I don't know any of her friends, really.
Well, you could always get your friends together and organize something and then invite her along.
Yeah.
I don't have many friends.
Oh.
And the friends that I have are kind of...
they're going to embarrass you? They're gonna...
Yeah, probably.
They're
And
make
just
you
not
look
the
bad.
kind of people she would want to be with or get,
Fair enough.
kind of awkward.
Okay.
Like me.
Well, so maybe I would try to think of something that you could invite her along to that would kind of be like a date, but a short date.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to suggest this. It's the first thought that comes to my mind. Invite her to go bowling with you.
Okay.
Now, I hate bowling.
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody hates bowling.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of fun. Like, if you go in knowing, like, I suck, whatever.
Yeah.
You go, you play a game, 30 minutes to an hour, and then grab a soda at the snack bar, and then call it a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Just something fun. Even like maybe a game of mini golf.
Yeah, they got Boomers in your town. Be like, hey, I'm thinking about going to Boomers. Play some mini golf.
No, they don't.
Oh, man. Where do you, what part of the country you live in?
Toronto, Canada.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Not even in
okay.
America.
No,
Ice
but
skating?
there is a bowling area near my local mall, and I know that place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I could. That's a good idea.
Now, this, by the way, is going to be the last-ditch effort, I think, with this girl. And I'm pretty sure she'll take it that way, too.
Mm-hmm.
If you invite her to go bowling, just be like, hey, I'm thinking about doing a little bowling in the next day or two, or maybe, like, later today.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go knock down the pins? Whatever you say. Make it funny, you know.
Yeah.
She'll basically know, like, all right, this is my last chance.
Yeah.
If I want to make something happen with this guy, I got to go bowling with him.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I think that should be a pretty clear signal to you to pull back. And if she wants to pursue you, it's on her now, because you've made the effort
Right.
a couple of times. So
Yeah.
I think give it one more good, college try. this is her last chance. This is her last chance to get with you.
Yeah.
And then
Then it's all on her.
Then it's all on her. And then you could start feeling like, all right, maybe it's time to look somewhere else. Does that sound good? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'll definitely do that. I don't know if I should do that now or after Christmas because, everybody's busy, but I'll definitely do that.
How long ago was the convention, the one-day convention?
Like last week, I think, or
last week?
Like last week in like 10 days or something like that, 10 days ago.
Okay. And
it was like not that, it was definitely recent.
Next week is Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you the date, Tyler. December 27th. I'm pretty sure it's a Wednesday. It's 2 days after Christmas. It's before the new year. Invite her to go bowling on that day.
Yeah.
Either go bowling that day or go bowling that Thursday or Friday.
Before New Year's.
Before New Year's, after Christmas.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm 27. That's my birthday. It's a lucky number, all right? It's a good number. December 27th is your day. And then if everything goes well on the bowling date, that's what we're going to call it, maybe you guys will end up hanging out on New Year's.
Yeah.
And where it's customary to give a kiss to somebody right at midnight. Could be you.
Could be you.
You never know.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. Try again. Just, based on everything you've told us, I don't think you should take it.
Give up.
I don't think she has given up on you, so don't give up on her.
Okay, I won't.
All right, cool, man. Call us back. Let us know. I want the third update, if possible.
Okay.
All
definitely.
right. Great. Thanks for your call, Tyler. All right, everybody. We're going to take an email here, and this email comes from a guy who goes by the letter D. And the title of the email is Girlfriend Talks Too Much. Hey, HeartSlayers. My girlfriend talks a lot. She basically dominates every conversation, especially when meeting new people. She's very sensitive about this, so it's not a great idea to talk to her directly. I'm not sure how to make this better. I want to be able to share my experiences too. I also want other people to have a good first impression of her. What do I do? Thanks, Derrick and Meg. D.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah, I do. Have you ever dated a guy that talked too much?
I haven't.
I don't think it's usually... you never hear the complaint, my boyfriend talks too much.
No, I think it's definitely a girl thing.
But also... no, go ahead.
I think you talk a lot when you're nervous and
Some people
unsure
do.
of yourself.
Yeah.
Or you're just full of yourself.
Yeah.
Especially if you're talking a lot about yourself.
Also, I think a girl has no problem telling a guy to shut up.
Yeah, no, exactly. Just tell your girlfriend to shut up.
Yeah, stop talking so much. Well, I've heard, and I am not a female.
Yeah.
I'm probably not the best person to talk about the female mind. But I've heard that girls who talk a lot, it's because their mind is going all over the place. Like it's jumping from one thing to another. And what I've been told by, people who study psychology is they're like, men are very good at staying on one topic and just going down that train of thought.
One track mind.
Where girls kind of they think about everything all at once, and this idea pops up and they want to talk about that, and then that leads to this idea and they want to talk about that, and it just kind of keeps popcorning ideas, and they almost aren't aware of all the stuff that they're saying.
If you listen to teenage girls talk to each other, it's just like, ah.
Yeah,
it's just back and forth constantly. But I think you should grow out of that. I don't know.
There's always a point where they grow out of it.
Hopefully.
So D, he has two problems. He wants to get a word in edgewise, which he can't. And he's afraid his girlfriend is making bad impressions on people that she meets.
I think that's just... I don't want to say just something you have to deal with, because that sucks.
I think it's something you have to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to say it, but thank you for saying it for me.
I think that as a boyfriend, there are going to be some things you don't like about your girlfriend.
It's just, I think that's part of her personality.
That really annoy you. Yeah, but trying to change somebody is not the solution.
No, that's kind of unfair to her.
Yeah, they are who they are. I think that best case scenario, You can turn this situation into an inside joke between the two of you guys.
Yeah.
Kind of bring it up and laugh about it. I'm sure she knows she talks a lot. You can laugh and be like, yeah, I don't even get to say anything ever. Ha ha ha.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. Not passive aggressive, but you know, if you're able to laugh about it, maybe that will bring it to her attention and she can work on it. I definitely don't think you should make her feel bad.
Right. Yeah, because that's not necessarily like a bad quality, because there are definitely worse qualities in a person.
Yeah. Maybe, you know, when you go into a group setting, having a person that talks a lot and is very easy to talk to is a good thing.
Yeah.
Try to think about situations where having a girlfriend who talks a lot might be a benefit. Mm-hmm. I don't know what she's saying that could possibly embarrass you, or when you say make a bad impression on somebody else, what I read that as is, my girlfriend's embarrassing me.
That, or maybe she's interrupting people or talking over them, and that's like just kind of rude in general.
Yeah. Well, I would just say, you know, people are going to be wise enough to know that that is something about her and doesn't reflect on you. So if she's making a bad first impression for people, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're making a bad first impression. Mm-hmm. So, you know, don't worry about it so much.
Yeah.
If it's something that really bothers you, it might be a deal breaker. Right. I know people have broken up over lesser issues than this.
And I also think you could just say, if you really do want to talk to her about it, just sit her down and be like, hey, it kind of sucked because I wanted to talk about something, but I didn't have the opportunity to. I don't know.
Yeah. I definitely, you know, if it's really bothering you, bring it up in a funny way.
Yeah.
You say she's sensitive about it and she doesn't like being directly talked about it, so try to be nice about it.
Yeah.
Be like, you know, how would I bring this up? I haven't had a girlfriend who talked too much, but I've definitely had girls who were friends that talked too much.
Really?
And you know what? They hated hearing about that too. I'd be like, oh my gosh, you talk so much. And they'd be like, oh my God, I know. Why do you have to bring that up? Everybody my whole life has always told me I talk so much and I can't help it. Okay, I just can't. And I'm like, you're doing it. You're doing it now.
It's a sensitive subject, I think.
Yeah, it's just the way they are. But those friends did kind of mellow out after time. So
if she's super young, like even 18, 20, she'll probably chill out within the next few years.
Yeah. Ooh, try to do activities that don't involve talking, like going to a movie.
Yes.
Or
ask her if she wants to play the quiet game.
Ask her if you can read a book to her. That way you get to do all the talking and she just has to listen.
There you go.
Do these subtle exercises and maybe you can, you know, get her used to
not talking,
being in situations where she's not talking.
There you go.
That's my advice to you, Dee. That just came off the top of my head and I'm pretty proud of that. So I don't think she's going to change, but
you never know.
You never know. Good luck. Thanks for the email. Okay, everybody, we've got Seth on the phone. Hey, what's happening? You're here with the HeartSlayers. What's up?
Yeah, so quick question. It's not about a specific woman, but about women in general.
Okay.
Specifically, the concept of arranged marriage. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it or have a friend or family who's done it before, but there's a lot of pressure as like a child of like an immigrant to have an arranged marriage, which is not something I'm really interested in. But a lot of family members have already done it, and there's a lot of pressure to do it, as opposed to like, quote, a love marriage, which is, you know, what you typically think of. So
right.
I was curious of what you would do in my situation or how you would tell your parents about that sort of thing. I don't know if you guys seen The Big Sick, but it's very similar to that kind of situation where they're like cut you off if you didn't do it and things like that. So I was curious what your thoughts are on that whole thing.
Okay, I haven't seen The Big Sick. Have you?
No.
Seth, do you have pressure from your parents to someday be in an arranged marriage?
Oh yeah, definitely. And there's also a little bit of a time limit because it's like if you don't get an arranged marriage by a certain age, it becomes a lot harder to set you up with somebody because a lot of those women have already been married to somebody else. So you know, when you're, you know, I guess your profile, quote unquote, is out there. By the time you're like 30, no one wants to get married to like the 30-year-old dude. It's usually someone younger, right? So that's kind of how that works. There's a lot of pressure to do that.
The cutoff is 30, or would you say it's younger?
It might even be younger, honestly. And I'm still trying to live my life. I'm only 23, so
okay.
I'm not even thinking about that right now.
So you've got like 4 to 7 years before you are.
My life is over.
Too old to be married. You say you have relatives who had been in an arranged marriage, correct?
Yeah.
How'd that work out for them?
It honestly worked out great, which kind of is a conundrum I'm in, because you know, I don't really, again, want to even do that, but maybe I should, I don't know, give it a chance. It sounds like it went well with others. There's also some horror stories about like, you know, people being used for like green card marriages and stuff. It's really awful. But you know, my older brother, you know, got an arranged marriage and it turned out pretty well. I guess like statistically, I found out that arranged marriages, the divorce rate is a lot lower than like regular marriages. So
that's what I've heard too. I've heard that arranged marriages are more successful.
Interesting.
But I wonder if part of that is the pressure from the family. Like you don't want to let your family down, so it's almost like divorce is not an option.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. In love marriage, as you put it, some people always keep divorce as an option.
Yeah.
You know, that card is never off the table.
Yeah.
But what was the process like for your older brother when he went through his arranged marriage? Did he get any say at all? Like, I like this girl, or were they basically like, here's the marriage date, show up, it's happening?
I think in a lot of older cultures, like maybe like a long time ago, like a couple hundred years ago, or in like poorer countries, it's definitely like the second one.
Wow.
And the first one's a little bit more modern. It's like your parents have their own like Tinder service, basically.
Okay.
So they have these things called bio data, all right? It's kind of like an RPG. It has like all their stats and stuff and like what their parents do. And so they kind of have you like rifle through like these papers, and then they have you like meet up with the woman with their parents to get to like know each other a little bit. And everybody has a choice in the matter. But I don't know if you want your parents setting you up on, you know, dates with these women to potentially, you know, marry them, you know?
I mean, wasn't there like an MTV show like years ago that was like that?
Was there?
Yeah, it was like the parents didn't like somebody's boyfriend or girlfriend, so they set them up with somebody else.
Oh, parental control. Yeah.
So, but,
You ever watch that show, Seth, Parental Control?
No, not at all.
That was a little bit different. That would be
it was different.
like a boy or a girl had a really shitty boyfriend or girlfriend
It was fake.
that the parents
Let me just say
hated,
that.
and so they would try to pick a better boyfriend or girlfriend to replace the one that they didn't like. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't. But I don't know. You know, I don't know anybody who's had an arranged marriage personally. I know, I'm like loosely, I've heard of like, you know, honestly, I think some Mega 64 fans out there. I was like, oh, that person had an arranged marriage. I never found out if it worked out for them or not.
Right.
But are you currently dating anybody? Are you allowed to date people, you know, without your parents' permission?
Yeah, kind of. I'm not dating someone right now, but that sort of thing is kind of looked down upon because those roads lead to places that don't lead to arranged marriages. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like looked down upon. Yeah.
Are you allowed to kind of date from that pool of options that your parents have?
Yeah, that's another thing. Kind of, but you got to keep it like PG-13, you know?
Right.
Sure.
You can't be like off doing your own thing. But you can definitely do that, like, you know, phone calls, meeting up and stuff like that. But it's not very common, I don't think.
Okay.
What's your preference personally? Do you have one?
Yeah, here's my thought on it. I feel like, you know, I grew up in America. So for me, the arranged marriage thing, I don't have any like shackles to that culturally, you know? I'm watching MTV. I'm like, I want to go out and get this love marriage, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely my thing. But it's just having to deal with, you know, parents' wishes versus what you want and having to balance that.
Sure.
Have you talked to your parents about potentially not wanting a arranged marriage?
Yeah, definitely. It's something I've talked about, but it was kind of brushed off as me just being young. And I don't think I've had another conversation like that now that I'm older.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I grew up in America too, and I'm in no rush to get married. I'm 32 now, and yeah, I mean, for a long time in my 20s, I dated some people, and it just never seemed like, I couldn't imagine getting married to these people. I enjoy dating them, but I don't think that they're ready to marry me, and I'm not ready to marry them. And on a maturity level, I don't think either of us was in that place. Mm-hmm. And also, growing up, 80 to 90% of every couple I knew, like my friends' parents, got divorced and remarried, some of them a couple of times. Yeah. And so that kind of, I guess, had an effect on me as a person of like, I really don't want to get married if I feel like it might not work out. Right. But how could you ever tell, like, if it will work out? So I know I see statistics too of people in my generation, millennials, they're pushing back marriage further and further in life. So I think that, I've never been faced with the situation of being in an arranged marriage. It doesn't sound all that awful to me if you are somebody who wants to get married someday.
Yeah, that, and especially since it's not just like, hey, show up for this wedding.
Yeah. It seems like the success rate is high. I personally think that your parents know you somewhat well. They've raised you. I think your parents know things about you sometimes that you may not know about yourself, because they have had an outside view of you over a lot of years. They've watched you develop. And also, if you're lucky, your parents have your best interest at heart. So they want to find somebody who is going to, contribute to a nice life for you. They basically don't want to find some deadbeat for you. Yeah. Sometimes if you fall in love with somebody, you fall in love with a loser. And
that's true.
And you have these like love glasses on, and you can't see how awful they are. And your parents can kind of cut through that crap and be like, no, you're not marrying that person. Yeah. So in that sense, I think an arranged marriage might be kind of cool.
But on the other hand,
I guess worst case scenario is your parents force you to marry somebody that you hate and you really don't like. Yeah. Do you think your parents would put you in that sort of situation?
No, definitely not. Thankfully, this is not that sort of thing. They're pretty understanding, I'd say, to a point. So I don't think they'd force me to do something, but pressure me, maybe. Yeah. I think they might be the type to do that. Yeah, like kind of say, oh, it's your choice, but if you did it, like that sort of thing, where it's kind of like manipulative a little bit.
Yeah,
I think they might
life would be a lot better for you if you did it. If you didn't do it,
definitely.
Life might be over.
Yeah.
Do you think that if you didn't do it, you might be completely ostracized from your family?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's a big fear is, and it's not just my family as well, but also like aunts and uncles, cousins, things like that. I'd be known as that kid. Oh, he got a love marriage. Look how crappy his life ended up. Stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Well. I guess at the end of the day, bottom line, regular marriage, in my opinion, a little bit overrated. Yeah. I know people who have gotten married and are now divorced, really young. Like, were divorced by 24. Some of them were divorced with kids at basically your age. I also know people who got married and are still married and are freaking miserable. And it's funny, like, makes me sad. They'll never admit that they're miserable, but I could see them, and they mutter these little things sometimes, and it's like, I don't know if you enjoy being married. And I think if you have some sort of freedom and leeway in your arranged marriage to meet the girl, get to know her a little bit, you have that option of telling your parents, like, I'm really, not interested in marrying this girl. Yeah. It sounds like in your situation, your parents just want to have kind of their stamp of approval on the whole situation.
Yeah, maybe.
Not that they want to force you into doing something you don't want to do. From the way you describe them, they sound pretty understanding.
It could also just be having a conversation with them and seeing, like, getting their advice too.
Yeah, I think you're currently not dating anybody, so it's not like you are going to lose out on this wonderful girl that you're in love with because your parents are being evil. So, yeah, I think maybe have a conversation with them if the topic ever came up of, like, I'm kind of nervous about an arranged marriage. I feel like the American tradition of finding somebody and falling in love and doing it that way is kind of appealing to me, but I'm just nervous that an arranged marriage might, not be right for me. See what they say about it. Maybe not be right for me, but just express your nervousness about it. I'm sure they'll laugh at you, and honestly, they'll probably say, that's what everybody thinks.
Yeah. There might also be, like, some sort of support groups online about this kind of topic, about how, like, people that have advice or people that have gone through it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like people who've gotten arranged marriage and like their experience about it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I would just, you are 23. You've got at least a couple of years left before you're too old for an arranged marriage. So live it up while you still can.
Yeah.
Definitely. If you want to date people, if you can, go out there and do it. Go wild and nuts for now. And then seems like you have at least a little while before the arranged marriage topic comes to the forefront of your family and your family discussions. So when it arises, maybe you'll have some more perspective too after having experienced, whatever life has to offer you. But
that sounds great.
As for right now, I wouldn't worry about it. Arranged marriages don't sound like such a bad thing to me.
I think it's only really bad when it's just like being forced into marrying somebody that you're clearly not into. But
the opposite end of the spectrum is a love marriage that everybody in your family hates.
Yeah.
And that happens with American families.
Oh, it happens all the time.
Just as much as it happens with people who chose not to go into an arranged marriage. Happens all the time, basically. So, yeah, no matter what, it's a minefield out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Tread lightly. Cool. Really interesting topic. Something that not a lot of people have insight on. So appreciate the call. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Take
care. All right, everybody. That's our episode today. Thanks for watching. We had a lot of great calls. Hey, if you enjoy this show and you want to see it 1 week early, think about checking out the Mega 64 Patreon. For just $1, you get access to all the HeartSlayers episodes 7 days in advance. If you want to follow us for any updates or just our insights, you can follow us on Twitter. I am at Gustafo.
And I am at FurnaceWebs.
Yes, and if you have any issues for the HeartSlayers, please email us at podcast@mega64.com, or you can Skype in every other Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time to Mega 64 Podcast on Skype. And as always, I always want to give a shout out to everybody on YouTube who leaves a comment. I read all the comments. I think they're fantastic. A lot of people have their own takes on these situations. So if you have any of your own advice or insight on anything you saw today, go ahead and give your take on it in the comment section, and maybe you'll help out some of the people who called in here today. Well, until next time, see ya. Bye-bye.